From the MZ Studios, Dallas Virtual Studios in cyberspace, this is Deconstructing Dallas. Greetings, everyone. It's your host, Ryan Trimble, feeling very springy and seeing signs of life all over my backyard. A man who is always showing signs of life is joining me once again today. He, of course, Shawn Williams. Shawn, good day, sir.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Got my lawn looking good.
The bluebonnets are springing.
It is a big day. I hear that that the photos with kids may be happening in the near future. Trimble household in a field of bluebonnets.
Trying to avoid that if I can. I'm trying to book myself on Bluebonnet Photo Day.
I wish you luck.
Something else. Thank you. And I wish you luck on your photo. And I would hope to get one once printed.
Yes, of course. You can never have too many pictures of the Trimble kids. So
I think it's a good time. More people that I know are getting vaccinated. People are feeling better. People are being safe. I do believe still and careful, but it's a different feeling. It feels different in a good way.
Yeah, I keep seeing people, with their posts, like taking a picture of themselves in the car, got the sticker, as if they voted, got my COVID vaccine, shed a tear. This is great. Feeling like I have a new shot at life. It's a really amazing experience that I've seen.
I've talked to some people who, definitely have had an emotional experience. People who, told me they cried. I mean, I did not shed a tear. However, I do remember an immense feeling of relief when I got my first shot. And last week got my second one, and just feeling good for my family. I saw my dad for the first time in a year this past weekend. We were in Littlefield, Texas, watching the NBA, and I believe it was the Jazz and the Thunder that night when everything shut down, and had not seen him since then. So, I think having the opportunity to get back together with family it's an amazing thing. Feeling really blessed.
Yeah. We're hoping to get out to see my mom here in the not too distant future. Thanks to everybody who continues to serve during this effort to combat COVID. I was thinking about it. Speaking of getting your stickers and signs of life, there are soon to be stickers, voting stickers, and there are signs popping up in yards all over town. Shawn, we do have an election coming up, May 1st, civic elections, City of Dallas. All the council districts are up. I believe every one of them is contested, except for, of course, the mayor who won his 4-year term in 2019. So lots of activity. I'm sure people are seeing these signs again. It's like once you stop seeing them, and then all of a sudden they start popping up again the next spring, Shawn.
Yeah, in our work, we get to interact with city council members, and I call one person on Monday, and they answer the phone like on the first ring, and I thought you either be kissing a baby, shaking a hand, or at least pouring coffee for someone.
Yeah.
And they told me, their schedule and what they had going, and with our work, we do have to call our council members, but they are busy. They are all in campaign mode for sure.
Yes, I've talked to several of them over the past week or so, and grateful for their time. I know they are busy. Everybody's focused on the election or re-election bids, and so good luck to our friends out there, and good luck to everybody. Good hats off to you for putting your name on the ballot.
Yeah, we got a couple of folks that we know who are not seeking re-election because they are termed out. Adam Madrano, Jennifer Staubach Gates will be looking for other ways to serve our city. Had a chance to talk to both of them about that, and not sure what either of them will be doing, but they both came into City Hall about the time that I was coming in there, or I had just kind of gotten there, and they have done a great job, both of them, serving our city. So definitely want to say thank you to them for their service, and good luck in future endeavors.
Best of luck to our friends. And, one thing I was glad to see that the city, celebrated, everybody celebrated, was the removal, the final truckload of shingles leaving Shingle Mountain. Shawn.
Yeah, as you know, that is my cousin, Marsha Jackson, lives behind what was the mountain. And, hats off to her and her neighbors, and especially her. They've endured that for way too long. I know one of our other friends, Councilman Trammell Atkins, also was working with the city to help get that done. And once the mountain was removed of shingles, there was a really neat concert that I had a chance to attend at Marsha in front of her house. And it was a truck. It's a couple that travels across the country in a concert truck. And it has like a little stage, and they got some sound, and they did a concert, and there was an opera singer. They did piano. There was a violinist. So a really nice celebration. The work's not done because there still needs to be some work done on the site environmentally. And I know that the neighbors have a desire to see something done that will benefit the community on that site. So, but the victory of getting it moved, although it took way too long, is something worth celebrating.
That's right. That's right. Well, speaking of environmental issues and tackling big challenges that are as big as a mountain, as Shingle Mountain, and even bigger, excited for our guest today, Shawn, the founder of EarthX. He, of course, Trammell S. Crow.
We're fortunate to have one of the largest celebration of environmental awareness with EarthX and Earth Day here. And I'm really excited to talk to Trammell S. Crow because he's done amazing work, not just here locally, not just across the state, but across the nation and the world. EarthX is seen as a leader in the environment. And I want to make sure our listeners are able to share in that too, because it shouldn't be, we should not neglect what's going on right here in our backyard and celebrating something that is recognized the world over for the work that they do.
Yeah, very cool. If you would indulge me for 1 second, let me share a little anecdote about my first Earth Day. I guess it was Earth Day Dallas, now EarthX experience, Shawn.
Please do.
So, of course, here, and we'll get this out of the way. When I was with Chairman Branch, he had a booth at Earth.
Check my drink. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, everybody drink. He sponsored a booth at then Earth Day Dallas, and as you know, we prided ourselves on having great swag. So, guess what we ordered, Shawn? We had tubes of branches. These were trees that you could plant. They were little tubes. They're about a foot, maybe a foot and a half long, and they had little pine trees in them that you could pop in the ground and water. And I think I kept one alive for a little while, and then it eventually succumbed. But yes, branches were.
That is on brand and on target all the way.
So fun times. Looking forward to having Trammell on. Known him for some time, and really excited to get into this interview.
Well, we'll be back right after this with Trammell S. Crow from EarthX. This is Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble, Deconstructing Dallas. We'll be right back.
welcome back. Deconstructing Dallas, Ryan Trimble, Shawn Williams. Shawn, very excited today to be joined by the founder of EarthX. He, of course, Trammell S. Crow. Trammell, welcome to the show.
Thank you for bringing me.
Now, I was telling Shawn in our intro, I was sharing a story about working a booth at the first, I believe it was, the Earth Day Dallas, when it was still Earth Day Dallas, for former Representative Dan Branch during my time working for him. And you were always a friend and supporter of the representative. So, I guess my first question is, tell us a little bit about yourself and how a conservative businessman came to found an environmental conservation organization.
Born in Dallas, grew up here, went off to work for a couple of years in college. Other than that, I've lived within a mile radius of where I am today. I'm the luckiest man in the world to grow up in a place like Dallas after World War II with prosperity and peace. Grew up in the real estate business. People at my age, and you're not that far behind me, are you? Please. We have really seen the Metroplex grow. I remember seeing a globe of a map in a schoolroom when I was young that had Fort Worth on it and not Dallas, because Fort Worth was the weather station.
Yeah.
And now we're the fourth largest Metroplex in America, and I think the third largest distribution center. And so we've literally seen it grow before our very eyes. I remember I think it was just before the Kennedy-Nixon election. Daddy, are we Republican? Are we Democrat? And he said, neither, son. We're conservative. He didn't mean this ultra-ideological conservative of today.
Sure.
So, by the time I graduated college, I thought, I'm a fiscal conservative and a social liberal, if you can reconcile those things. So a conservative businessman, you could also say, is one who believes in conservation. Environmentalism used to be called conservationism. So there were many people in business who were very involved in conservation. So that's, I guess you'd say, how I could be brought into what they called environmentalism in 1960. I'm trying to talk fast. I learned the word environment when I was 12, and I somehow believed it was the most important issue of all, and got heavily involved in it in the last 15 years. Before that, just kind of here and there, we decided to have EarthX and Earth Day Dallas, we called it. And that was the beginning of this incredible journey.
So kind of talk to us a little bit more about EarthX and how you specifically got going with that in the early days, and also what you're focused on now.
Well, it's a good question because the answer is amazing. I knew I wanted to continue involving in environmental things. I'd just been involved finally in a group we called Texas Business for Clean Air. And after that project, what to do next? Well, April 22 is 5 months. Let's have an Earth Day. Didn't do research, just imagined. Since they say Earth Day as a name is the second most commonly recognized secular holiday in the entire world after New Year's Day, I just pictured in my mind that in New York and in Berlin and Tokyo, there must be environmental groups coming together with expo, if you will. A lot of people learning about it and celebrating and, learning what the problems are and need to be done. Well, guess what? It ain't happening. But we didn't know that, so we had 200 exhibits with NGOs, environmental groups. Being in Dallas, businesses who were doing green, we didn't think twice about not having businesses in schools and government agencies showing people how to recycle in the city of Dallas, and 38,000 people. After that, we learned that it was the biggest Earth Day in the world. Earth Day has kind of turned into a name ever since the 80s, and many things were accomplished in Congress with legislation.
Sure.
So it's really kind of coffee clutches all over America, thousands